I was working with a group of special operators within the Air Force doing a lesson on squat mechanics, squat performance, which took me by surprise when at the end of it, a sergeant raised his hand and asked this question: can we have too much hope? It took me back because it wasn't the question that I was expecting. But it's become one of the most common questions that we get at Hope Not Nope. Can we have too much hope? It's made me realize why people ask this question. And the reason being is because they feel like they've been burnt before by the idea or the concept of hope. They feel like hope is wishful thinking. They feel like hope is just this passive concept, and when it doesn't come to fruition, they feel hurt by it. But I answered to him, and it's the same answer that we give to anyone that asks the question, can we have too much hope? The answer is no. And when we say no, people look at us and they, come on, give me more, give me more. So we're gonna give you that more, but the answer is no, you cannot have too much hope. Hope is not passive. Hope is a cognitive choice that is learned and earned. The first thing that we need to understand about hope. The second thing we need to learn about hope is that it is only possible by standing on the trilogy of self-agency, goals, and a framework to achieve. Self-agency is the ability to realize that we have control in situations. We have the ability to respond versus react. If we stay in a victim mindset, we don't have self-agency anymore. When we can change from a victim mindset to a growth mindset, then we start to exercise self-agency by responding to the adversity, responding to the obstacles that have been placed upon us. The second part of hope is goals. This is where it gets interesting, because if we have a goal that's not realistic and the expectation doesn't match reality, then disappointment occurs. Hope does not disappoint because we have to make the goal realistic and we have to set up the expectations for that goal to meet the reality. That's when we have hope. Third, a framework or a pathway to achieve. We set the goal, we know we have the ability to respond to the situation, we can take some ownership, some control, we have the growth mindset. But three, we need a pathway and we need a framework to put the steps in to actually achieve that goal. If any of these three are missing from the trilogy, it's not hope. That's false hope, and it's wishful thinking. So we cannot have too much hope if we honor the trilogy of what hope truly is. And understanding that, hope fuels us. Hope allows us to reach our full potential. It allows us to be a lifelong athlete and a grateful human being. Hope doesn't disappoint. Hope will not burn you. Wishful thinking and false hope will, but that's not our goal. Our goal is to truly understand hope and to become hope.